Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the perfect 2016 World Table Tennis Championships. It's the Teams Table Tennis Championships here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm Adam Babro, and we're coming into the fourth singles match. It's Myong Sun in red from Korea DPR versus FENG Tianwei in yellow from Singapore. FENG Tianwei having one of the most amazing matches to start off this series here. Was down 7-10, 3 match points in the third game. Well, I don't know how much you should know right now. If you haven't seen it already, you weren't watching, check it out in full on ittf.com/ittv. Right now, age 24, Myong Sun, world rank number 37, an incredible defender. We'll be playing against a player who's had trouble with defenders in her history, FENG Tianwei, although started quite strong against a defender and has had at least 2 victories over top defenders in the world so far this tournament.
Please, stop. No behind the table. One love. One all.
There was a service warning there about crossing the back line of the table is what it sounded like. The umpire is going to have to make sure, of course, when communicating that it's been communicated. Myong Sun receives her message. It's a bit of an unusual start for Myong Sun. FENG Tianwei's had some good points, but overall the points are running much quicker than it looks like they would normally for Myong Sun. Again, nothing spectacular, just consistent and controlled right now from FENG Tianwei.
It's going to be interesting really to see this match, because Myong Sun, I have a feeling that she might be a little easier to play against than Kim Sung-hee.
And there was just a fault called on serve.
Was that a backhand serve?
It's a good question. Maybe we can see it again. I think she's been breaking the plane on the back of the table. She was warned for it just a few serves earlier. I'm going to say most likely. The very bottom of the net. A little bit odd right now. The body language, something seems to be missing from Myong Sun.
I think it's pure nerves, actually. I mean, it's difficult here. In fact, of course, they have respect for FENG Tianwei. She showed really such a leadership in the first match. You know, came back more gutsy all the way, and now, of course, Korea DPR is leading 2-1, but it's not always so easy to go in with the lead either. You kind of have a certain comfort zone you need to find, and gonna get into it quickly, because otherwise in an 11-point game, it's just 1 game down. Looks better. But she really had a poor start. That's true, Adam. She didn't put anything on the table there for the first 9 points played.
Yeah, and that one right there, the quality of points is just really improved from earlier on. The first point she had earned wasn't quite as impressive as that last. And yeah, the body language, something needs to change mentally right now, I think, for Myong Sun. Hopefully the coach can calm her nerves when she does go to the corner. It's tough to tell someone no big deal sometimes when it's a huge deal. Yeah, just go out there and have some fun. I mean, what is it, you know? Coach is going to have to say something like, look, you know what you're doing. I think it's just confidence building, really. This is something that Jorg Roskopf does for Dima a lot in stressful situations. Just reminds him that he's well trained and he knows what to do. Don't question yourself. Go out there and you know what to do.
And never worry about the outcome, really. I mean, this is something you put your best effort out there in a team match like this. You're leading 2-1. You have that. Your teammate can back you up if you're failing and so on. But that's such a learning process for some players, actually, with certain mental mindset that okay, you don't play a singles competition, now you play a team event. And to learn to go out there and give everything you have, and maybe you're going to lose in some situations and so on, but forget about the result. This is a team match. You're playing for your country.
I do think wiping the score can be a good way to clear minds for people and just remind them to play every point. Yeah, thinking about the score can actually be quite distracting. It really makes you think about things that might not be super relevant to the point at hand. So 1 game point saved. As far as confidence goes, I think FENG Tianwei right now really has to be feeling good after the start of this overall match. There it is, a confident victory, 11 points to 5 to take game 1. FENG Tianwei still on her streak. We'll be back for game 2 right after this. Back from game 2, FENG Tianwei leading 1 game to 0. Again, FENG Tianwei, 29 years old, plans to be playing for as long as she possibly can. That high one there, sometimes when it's floating back, you know, usually that missed shot is into the net. People see it high and it's loaded with spin. It's tough to lift something out in front, so it's understandable that FENG Tianwei would try to compensate the other way. Much better start. Myong Sun, this is confidence coming in off a topspin shot to counter. She wasn't right at the table for it either. I mean, this is a rally starter potentially, not necessarily a finisher. FENG Tianwei had played touch shots, was left out over the table. Michael, that's
she
just...
seems to be a little bit in disbelief there.
Yeah. Pulls her in, reels her in like a fish, gets her right near the table and can't hit it behind her. Much more agile, confident Myong Sun. Placement so smart, sees FENG Tianwei start to favor the forehand and hits it behind her.
Whatever the coach told her, it does work.
Yeah, times like this you just want to know, right? What did the man say? What does this person eat for breakfast? That type of thing. just missing the edge. It's amazing how quickly she can twiddle the racket, though, to get the inverted back for the lobbing. Let's see, went up already there. That was the time. Very wise, seems like she knows that it needs to be deep on the table with topspin. Otherwise, if you're stuck with the pip side of the racket, that's what you're going to have to try to do, float it back, and it tends to stay too close to the net. A little mini comeback here for FENG Tianwei, starting off early. The quality of shots are just very crisp. I think FENG Tianwei reads the spin so well. But that placement, what are you going to do? I mean, just right into the body from the back of the table. This is a blitz shot from Myong Sun. Right idea, but just overdoes it down the line. Yeah, FENG Tianwei is going to have to make that shot. Definitely within her capabilities. I'd say she makes it 80% of the time. Could be the pressure building. Of course, the fast feet of Myong Sun add to the pressure. That's a bit of surprise for me, Michael. I mean, the long pips or the pip side of the racket, getting that much spin on it from a push up at the table.
But they had that nice touch though with the pimples. I mean, obviously they both must train certain elements of that, of course, but they also have that feeling. That's one important thing all the time to adjust, and that's an interesting quality they have.
And finally, she puts her down to take the point.
It's so tough mentally also for FENG Tianwei here, because, you know, even if as we said before, the ball comes back all the time. It may not be the lowest chops in the world with, you know, massive spin all the time, but it comes back floating, and so you have to use your whole body to get into that, and it drains you really in order to just swing that hard all the time. So,
right now, it seems that FENG Tianwei is being drained, as you'd mentioned.
I mean, physical toll. It takes a physical toll to just go after it every time, and if you don't get anything for free from the other side, the ball comes back all the time. You still have to work. Maybe rallies going 15 to 20 times over the net. That's tough in the long run.
When you hear noise like that, you have to take a glance at the other table sometimes. Yeah, I do think that the task, as you mentioned, no points for free. Everything seems to be coming back. Rallies longer and longer. And right now, this game, it seems to be too much to ask for FENG Tianwei. Far from over, though, still in game 2. 6 game points for Myong Sun. And an attempted side spin shot after all that work. 2 of those shots looked like for sure they were going to win it. We had a flip kill, we had a down the line shot, inside out. Everything comes back. and all that. Again, as you mentioned with your finger there, it's against game point. But not this time. Quick escape after the first one lost. And it's Myong's son to take it and tie it up 1 game apiece. We'll be back for game 3. Stay right here.
Game, free to serve, love all.
We're back for game 3 to start, tied up at 1 game each.
Love 1.
That was dominant of a game as Myong's son had 11-5 in game 2 to come back. It was the exact opposite the game before, FENG Tianwei 11-5.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see FENG Tianwei because, you know, she favored a little bit her shoulder there. She has massive taping on the back of her shoulder, so it seems like obviously there are some issues, but you know, now it's wear and tear actually. You have to either make very bold decisions on the attack and be strong in the beginning, you know, not to go those long rallies.
Right, this is what injured players do. Whenever you see someone playing on injury, they have to finish the point because their stamina is just going to be less. The longer the rally gets, the less likely they are to win it.
But of course, that's the danger also. If you drive the ball a little bit harder, you get in there with better contact and more racket speed and more spin. Against the pimples, you're going to pay for that because the ball is going to come back then with also a lot more spin. So quite clear that he needs to go there again and work on that middle angle, deep forehand first time.
Yeah, I think she's going to have to spin it softly to the forehand side to earn that middle opportunity. Whoa, completely smothered it. Didn't even twiddle, if I'm not mistaken, using the pip side of the racket, just closing it out down the line. Let's look at this one more time. Beautiful shot. That is so difficult to do. Wow, you really have to know your equipment and the spin coming in to take that shot and make it. Finally getting an opening on the middle there, earning the point. Doesn't feel like last game. I mean, FENG Tianwei is finding holes here and there. They had a lot of long rallies last game, and Rhi missed almost nothing. What do you think FENG Tianwei's changed about her game here, Michael?
Well, she's keeping her calm and composed, which is the most important thing. And I believe, though, you look over to the other side, you get a feeling for what's happening also on the other side. And it looks like she's into the match. There's no doubt about that. She's, of course, a little tired at this point, but as long as she can keep it close here, then, you know, you hang in there until the end, and then experience normally counts. And you know also that what we have seen so far is that there are some nerves creeping into the red shirts. Which quite obvious actually if you play against them. We see it from here. She's of course also identifying the same. So it's just to hang in there and stay mentally strong.
Yeah, I've been quite impressed so far with the body language and what appears to be the mental strength of the Korea DPR team. But yes, they are human, they are penetrable, and they do have nerves just like anybody else. Oh, the back edge. That one was just too faint to touch. Although Feng Tianwei recovered one earlier. Do you remember that point?
I do. That was a fantastic opening match of this quite long team match actually. So we're sitting here now working on what in terms of time.
Well, this one started, we're looking at 2 hours, 20 minutes ago. Non-stop table tennis since 10 o'clock this morning. I think that's a good setup, that long push, but the backhand, trying to mix it up with the backhand spin, still a difficult shot to do. I do think the timing was right, though, when she chose to use the backhand. It was off a push-push, so she didn't have too much of her own spin coming back at her to deal with. That was an excellent recovery there. There was some side spin on that shot, making it bend away.
It's going to be interesting to see if she comes down the line short to forehand now. It has been building on both defenders some good chances to attack strong.
I remember Feng Tianwei doing was that it looks like she's going to attack, and then she quickly opens up the racket to leave it on the table, forcing a late reaction from Myong's son. Looked like she tried to do something similar here, but not quite as surprising. It didn't earn her the shot she wanted. She's back into the rally.
That's well played, though. You can see very decisive from the very first topspin. So she kind of controlled that rally from the very beginning, and that's the importance of where do you start on the table and in what kind of pace do you start.
Chance to see a little bit of self-coaching out there. That was a perfect third ball. The serve was good, the receive, yeah, it could have been better, but the third ball just unstoppable right down the line. You can see right there, return 1%. If that means the receives, points won on receive. And again, dead even, they've scored exactly the same amount of points so far, 25 points each.
Interesting shot selection there, though, because that was not really a clear ball to attack on, because that was pretty good quality, and then late decision there. He picked that up, and then that forced that a little bit, forcing the situation kind of. And Feng Tianwei was sure can read that off now this matchup by mind.
Really is going to come down to mental toughness out here. I mean, both of these players incredibly well practiced. I think mental toughness comes a lot with experience. Part of the reason Feng Tianwei was able to pull out that first match despite being so far in the hole. And there it is, 11-9. Feng Tianwei back in the driver's seat, takes the 2-1 lead and is looking to take this match to send it to a fifth and deciding. Stick around, game 4 after this.
For game, FENG to serve.
Back for game 4. FENG Tianwei leading 2 games to 1. Myong Sun at the top of the screen in red defending.
If I were in FENG Tianwei's shoes now, come out strong, really strong in the beginning. Don't you know that slow balls gonna get you. You have the advantage now. That's what I'm going to tell you. 2-1 and really strong from the beginning. That will, I think, clinch you the match.
And I think just more on the point of that, as you had said earlier, FENG Tianwei is dealing with some stress on the body. She's got a taped up shoulder. She does not want to have to play more shots per rally than she needs to. So starting off the point strong will be integral for that.
Quite funny also, actually, you see down in the corner that actually it's pretty interesting to follow these North Korean players. There's Kim Song-hee down in the corner there, stretching, getting ready in case she will have to play again.
I guess this is the time. In an 11-point game with FENG Tianwei just 1 game away from sending it to a 5th match. Don't want to wait too much longer.
She's been there for a while, actually. I mean, looking at
really?
sitting there, thinking and preparing in her very own way. So it's kind of interesting. But I get a feeling that she will be in the court again, actually. I think FENG Tianwei can kind of negotiate herself out of this.
I mean, after the first match, it seems like anything is possible with FENG Tianwei. If you can do what she did in the first match, it's just like you should be able to do anything. You really just must believe in yourself at that point.
3-5.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything quite so encouraging and motivating as realizing your capabilities, just really being exposed to what you're capable of.
And she has that capability also to slow down the game. You see, now it's a little bit slower again, so kind of controlling the pace in her own very way, and then
there it is, flat hit right back to the short side of the table. Talking about pace, I mean, this pace was dictated right here by Myong Sun. So much power, but well anticipated, still in the air when she hit it back. From that angle, didn't look quite as floaty, but amazing still. Now a 1-point game with her second serve here. Patience. I mean, this is not the strategy, and she's holding her shoulder again. Jeez. Yeah, she doesn't want to have these long rallies, but in some senses, whatever it takes, as long as she can buy herself some time to ice that shoulder and recover before the next team contest. To me, that looks like someone who's sort of feeling the pain and trying to change her stroke a little bit to play around it.
Been some, as you say, indication of that her forehand technique sometimes goes a little bit too high and then dropping the hit a little bit. So there's something obviously that bothers her. That's no doubt about that.
There it is, a little inside out after so many shots down the middle. Gets some topspin back and takes it confidently to the backhand court. And now it's like both, Michael. I mean, she's playing patiently, but I mean, she's playing aggressively. It's just taking so long to win the point, you know?
That's it, but she's in the driver's seat though here, 2-1 up, and you know, in the end points, as we talked about, she's been quite strong all the way through. So I have a feeling that we're going to see a fifth match here.
Timeout called. It's Kim Myong from Korea, DPR, going to be talking in the corner. You know, a few points that I recall for Myong's son winning. Forehands inside out to the backhand. Not easy to get those attacks. Feng Tianwei's read of the spin has kept the ball low on the table. I don't think she wants an all-out counter-looping rally. No, I'm not rooting for one team either way, but I would love to see a fifth match. That's all I'm saying.
But in a team match like this, in the quarterfinal, you wish for tight matches, and this is the best players in the world dealing with a team competition, and
yeah,
you want that. You want 5 good matches, and we've seen some fantastic table tennis here, though, by all these players actually in court today. So why not?
Yeah, I always want it as suspenseful as possible. I always want to see the decider. If it's singles, I want deuce in the 7th. Teams, deuce in the 5th. Bring it on.
But that's the best of table tennis also. I mean, this is a sport that you unbelievable fun to watch when something is really on the line.
Right. See how players, when their true character comes out, how strong they are mentally during the tightest moments. And that's some pressure right there. Feng Tianwei releasing some energy. A big Joe. Again, when the topspin comes in, she's just setting it up by finding the middle. There it is, gets a little hesitation, jumps on top of the topspin. She's really working hard to earn these shots, Michael.
Very, very strong play. I like how she opened with backhand also, and they're aggressive on the serve right away.
And that's that counter-looping rally I didn't think that Myong's son would want. Feng Tianwei seemed a little surprised by the placement of that last loop. A little bit out of position, not as much time to get ready as if it were a chop. That's the one, inside out, down the backhand line. Beautiful shot and high risk too, the pressure to make that, especially with the context of where she is in this match.
And that was a hard topspin also. It just flew
like a
flying.
dart.
Play in, please.
Players warned to play. 8-all, 4th game. Pressure in on the body. This time it earns a backhand chop and it can't come down. The celebration that we want to see from Feng Tianwei if she wins this match would happen if it were the 5th. But in the 4th, there still has to be some humility because it's not over yet. Like you said, early in the point.
All in the point and a good serve and not a sharp return from Ri in this time. And then you adjust to that and you attack strong.
So Feng Tianwei with 2 match points here on the receive. A little bit rushed on that, tried to take it right off the bounce, but it was deep on the table, not an easy ball to take. She's been successful in general. I think that's part of the reason mentally, so many times you've made that shot, you feel like you can take just one more step, be a little bit more ambitious with it. Oh, and we're here at deuce in the 4th. The drama continues to build, the plot thickens. Myong's son just floats it back, light touch. This is the control you were talking about earlier. Not easy to vary the spin sometimes, depending on what type of pips you're using. Outstanding play, 3 incredible shots from Feng Tianwei to earn another game point.
Almost a smash there with forehand. That's a really as close to a really forehand smash that you can get. And there's another one right there, which can be very difficult to defend, actually.
Well, that's right. You don't have the top spin from your opponent quite as much. Looks like some Malaysian fans getting into it here. And there it is, Feng Tianwei, clutch. Both fists pumped, and she is sending her team to a deciding 5th match for a chance to steal this. And it's gonna come down to Myong, Michael. She's had a good tournament so far, couldn't take her last match, actually lost 0-3 against a defender. So she's got a real uphill battle here against Kim Song-yi.
What a performance, though, by Feng Tianwei. She showed that leadership, exactly what you want from your #1 player on the team. And she had to dig deep, in both these matches, but she came through, and I'm really impressed.
Me too. Feng Tianwei definitely strong and giving some positive spirit and energy to the team. So she'll be on the bench actively involved in this 5th match. You should be too from home. Stick around. 5th singles coming up right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the perfect 2016 World Team Table Tennis Championships in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. I'm Adam Bobrow, and I'm excited to be here. Alongside me is Michael Anderson, and we are coming into the fifth singles, the decider between Singapore and Korea DPR. Myong right here at 26 years old, world rank number 34, is the one who has the responsibility and the task right here to take down 21-year-old world rank number 89. But Michael, as you and I both know, much stronger than world number 89, Kim Song-yi.
Yeah, let's see how she can come out here. She had an unbelievable battle with Feng Tianwei and you know, dropped. We said we counted to 7 match points in her first opening singles, but you know, if she can play on the same level, I have a feeling for she can end this team match in favor for Korea DPR. But you never know. Things change quickly. Now it's a 2-2 situation. You go up against an experienced player who you indicated is also quite good against the style. So,
and this is Feng Tianwei.